A long time ago, when we watched Saturday morning cartoons and Sunday night movies. We are Fangirls Over 40! Episode 1. It started with Star Wars. For most women over the age of 40, it can be agreed that Star Wars was our first experience into what would become the world of fandom. Sure, Princess Leia was the main character aimed at our cute little pigtails, but I wanted to fly the Millennium Falcon with Han Solo and get my lightsaber from the Obi-Wan Kenobi. My mom and dad bought us the action figures, the play sets, and everything. If only I had been wise enough to keep them mint in box. Alas, it was not meant to be. Now I have to pay out a fortune for these vintage collectibles. The irony. And the pain. Yes. And the pain. There it is. Welcome, everyone, to Fangirls Over 40. Where do we begin?
Well, it all started way back when.
Yeah, get comfortable. This is going to take a while. Yeah, ladies, so it does say Fangirls Over 40, but we do accept younglings. We're here to guide you, to teach you. Misha's laughing. Actually, we probably should introduce each other.
Okay, go ahead.
That's Misha sitting across from me, and she is 40-something years old.
I just turned 44 last week. And this is Beth. And you're 40...
You better guess right.
46?
I will be 48. And
you look great.
Of course I do. Thank you, Grandma, for the cheekbones. I guess Star Wars was kind of my jump off point because it came out in 1977. So, of course, I was born in 74. Okay, the fact of the matter is I actually didn't see Star Wars until around 1980, 81. Wow. And my mom took myself, my sister, I think our neighbor Perry, and we went and saw Star Wars in the back of my mom's station wagon with our sleeping bags. We were in pajamas, and we got to eat popcorn in the car.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
Like I said, I don't actually remember the movie. The only thing I do remember is the Millennium Falcon, but I believe we probably all fell asleep in the back of the station wagon. That's my first remembering of a particular fandom. What is yours, Misha?
Mine was, since I was born in 78, my brother was kind of the Star Wars fan. I saw it through him a little bit, but my fandom really started, and I guess you could consider this a fandom because it's kind of a cult classic, but The Never-Ending Story. That and, of course, The Last Unicorn. So when I was a little bitty kid and I watched it so often that we ruined all the videotapes.
For those of you who are younger than 40, a videotape is a rectangular box thing. I can't even say it looks like a cassette tape because you all won't know what that is.
And the player would often
eat it. Them. Oh my God.
The tears, the stress, the drama.
And if you had rented that videotape, your parents got a fee because they would get a debt thing. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't rewind the tape, please be kind, rewind, and you would get $1 or 50 cents. I think ours was 50 cents at Family Video if you didn't rewind it. And they just applied it to your bill. And the next time you came in, all of a sudden you had $6. And you're like, what is 6?
There's nothing.
Okay, all right, okay. Or that particular maybe videotape that you left at home and you forgot about for years, But there you go.
But yeah, mine was the Never-Ending Story because I used to want to be the childlike empress, and I would actually go into my grandmother's jewelry collection, I would do the tiara, and I would get her watches because she had these really beautiful, dainty silver watches. They're really fancy, and I would go in there and stand in front of a mirror, and I would hold it up to my forehead and do the big eyelashes and the big baby eyes that she did.
The one tear.
Yeah, and she'd be Sebastian. So I would act out everything.
Oh my God. No, my for those of you younglings who have not seen A Never-Ending Story, these are, as we go along, we hope that you find these movies that you will go and watch,
If you haven't,
if you haven't, that is definitely, you will, it's a tearjerker. I won't talk about the swamp because that you must experience.
You. Yeah, that was the ending of our childhood.
Yes. No. Do you know what? The Nothing scared the living crap out of me.
What did you think about the wolf? About
that scared me. That was
Mork.
terrifying.
Really, because I fell in love with Mork. I loved Mork.
Just because you're a dog person.
It's true. I was like, oh.
I mean, I love the dogs too, but he
wolf.
was scary though.
Well, that and Falcor. Falcor was
the flying fluffy dragon.
dragon dog. It's like my dream come true.
A dragon dog.
I would love to. I want a Falcor so bad.
Did you ever? Does anyone out there have a stuffed?
Somebody makes them, and they make them that's about this big, probably say
my
like 3,
God.
4, 5 feet, and they're hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
I'm sure they are.
They are amazing. They've got the luminescent scales, sequins that are at the scales. I mean, if I had money to blow, that's what
I can't actually remember. I don't remember there ever being any action figures for that movie ever.
I don't know. I wasn't an action figure
Although,
person.
I suppose I was. I begged my parents for different toys. I mean, in fairness, we did have all the Star Wars figures. Yeah, sorry. I was. And we had the Millennium Falcon.
Wow.
And I will say this on air on this first episode. My sister, what did you do with our Millennium Falcon? Where is it?
Call out to Jenny.
Call it to Jenny.
Answer this now.
Where is our Millennium Falcon? Because that would basically be our retirement right now. Where is it? My parents, we had gotten the Empire Strikes Back Death Star, where it had the... No, not Empire Strikes Back. It was from the first film, where they got trapped in the trash compactor. So it had the 3 levels thing. So we had that. We never had... No, wait. Did we have a Tauntaun? I think my sister got a Tauntaun. I did not get a Tauntaun. Did we have the speeder? We might have. But see, our neighbor, Perry, next door, he had all of them, as far as I can recall. Because I remember playing with them, but I remember them not being ours.
Oh.
I remember things that were in our house that belonged to us. But because we played with our neighbors all the time, toys get exchanged and played with and all this. And, there you go.
Wow.
My mom did send me some of my original Star Wars action figures. Like I have... The ones like Obi-Wan Kenobi where on the inside of his leg is printed 1977.
Wow.
So, yes. He's no cape, he's no lightsaber.
And now your kids are fans.
They are. Yes, they are. Oh my God. That's a whole other episode. Well, we need to be careful about where we step on that one. Because Star Wars now is a whole lot different from the Star Wars I grew up with. It's like, you've seen the movies? Yes. There was no lore. There were comic books coming out, which I was never big into actual comic books. I am appreciating them now, and my husband loves comic books, so we do have a lot. I've not sat down to read them, so bad name.
Have you ever read the books, the Star Wars book series?
Okay, so kids have read them all. I've got the audiobooks, so I'm being really cheap, and I'm just listening to the audiobooks. So now we have to hit on this. Kenobi trailer has come out.
I haven't seen it.
Why do I bother? Why do I bother?
I did just get Disney Plus last night, so now I can watch the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh my God!
And
of course, that's
I am
one.
just like in love with the Mandalorian. Love
Who's
that.
not in love with the Mandalorian?
I mean, not like him.
I know.
Specific, but I mean, not. But
Exactly.
Grogu.
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
I know it's a Grogu, but I can't not call him Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
Yoda. Oh my God. Well, I mean, in fairness now, as we're just kind of jumping and letting people know what we grew up with, what we like. But I am also the other flip side of the coin. I'm a big Star Trek fan, so I wear both. I do. Yes, live long and prosper.
My mom was a Trekkie, so I can't, I can't be like that. So I couldn't be a Trekkie.
Oh, really?
I loved the Tribbles.
Yes, shout out to our Tribble Whisperer from USS Cucullin. Gotta say it, we love our Tribbles.
They are
great.
fantastic. My mom loves hers. And she, of course, is in love with
William Shatner.
Who
Okay,
wasn't.
so we can't say, so growing up Captain Kirk, right? I think Bill Shatner gets a lot of shit. And he was, but do you know what? Because Sean and I, this is the truth, folks, you will not believe this, but every night, and I have to say this almost without a doubt, there's very few nights missed where we don't go to bed and we have the original Star Trek series on and we just play them over and over and over again. And the more I actually watch Bill Shatner act as Captain Kirk in there, he's fucking brilliant. He's actually a whole lot better than a lot of people give him credit for.
Okay, you're gonna kill me. I cannot remember the name of dude with the headband.
Oh, that's Geordie LaForge. So that's LeVar Burton.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, I knew LeVar Burton, but I couldn't remember Geordie.
Yeah.
Now, And since Mom was a Trekkie, we watched that. And I loved his character the most because of the...
We're on Next Generation now, folks, for you that didn't know.
Yes.
We've skipped.
My bad. That's the one, like, that's the Star Trek I remember. So that was my Star Trek, was that one, and I would walk around with my headband.
Oh, the banana clip!
Yes,
instant Geordie
like,
LaForge.
3-inch plastic headbands that would, like, claw into your head.
Yes,
I would flip them and walk around like him, and of course,
running into
Wesley.
things.
Yeah, like, who didn't have a crush on Wesley?
Okay,
that was our age.
Okay, well, I have to say, Wesley, Crusher God, Will Wheaton, who is now like the everything
He's awesome.
Now, well, if you ever see this, which I doubt you will, but we would love to have you on the show. Thanks, that would be great. But no, Will Wheaton, like, yeah, Wesley Crusher, his poster was in my bedroom, and not for anything that
completely
was it like romantic. No, because I just wanted to hang out in the Enterprise with him, and I wanted to be as smart as him. Like, that was the, like, for me, the very endearing quality is that he was smart.
Because, well, also, at least for me, we were younglings when
that
came out.
Exactly,
so
he was my age, yeah.
To see someone our age being able to be a part of that was
I know.
really huge.
Yeah, that was cool.
Really kind of gave birth to the geekiness that we have now fully embraced.
Oh, yes.
And we now shout out at the rooftops of our particular multi-fandom.
With Wesley, when he was on Next Generation, for me, because I'm 4 years your senior, so, and Will Wheaton, I think, is 2 years older than me. I think he is. Will, you'll have to tell us. To be honest, I'm too lazy to Google it right now. So if you want, let us know. No, for that reason, I watched so much of the original series and then the original movies that when Next Generation came out, I was actually really angry. And I was like,
I can see that.
I was a bit pissed. And I wrote Gene Roddenberry a letter to which he replied. And I have that letter at home. Yes,
okay,
I do.
I
do. I have it at home. And no, that was the cool. It was, we really appreciate what you have to say and all this. And
shut up, your kid.
Yeah, kind of. But no, it was actually from his office. I think one of his secretaries wrote it, but it was very nice. We're so glad that you love Star Trek. And so it's got the Next Generation heading on. Wow. It's the headed paper and everything. Typed, not computer, actually typewriter typed.
Well, yeah, that was
so it is. I know. So it was 1987. We are old.
I was 10. Wow. Okay, yeah.
We are old. Yes, we are old. But I liked how then they did, almost every member of the original cast parody. They came on to the Next Generation. Scotty was on as an episode in Next Generation. McCoy was too. And then, of course, Kirk and Scotty and Chekhov were in the movie with where Dr. Sorn and all that. Uhura was never in the Next Generation. You're Googling. You cheating thing.
Okay, I couldn't remember the other guy. Riker.
Oh my God. Jonathan Frakes.
I know. And as a kid, I had a crush on him as well.
Oh.
Actually, the crushes were many.
Yeah, but you do know that I spoke to him.
I know.
That was so cool. Not once, but twice. By the way, Mr. Frakes, thanks very much. Really did enjoy that, actually. And it was great fun. Maybe you'll talk to us again. He's got this, and I'm quite sure, I don't know if any of you Star Trek fans are aware of this, but it's called the Riker maneuver. So whenever he'd come into Picard's office, he'd take the leg and put it over the chair and then sit down. It's called the Riker maneuver. And if you go to TikTok, there's some guys on there attempting this in different facets over big, huge chairs. And Jonathan Frakes, he duetted himself watching it. So he was watching it, so they rated from beginner to, and the epic one was getting on the bed. I was like, that, because, Riker was with everybody. So, I mean, truly. I mean, as far as Kirk, everybody as well. So, him and Riker were like competing for that. Because there you go. Now, just to say, the second season of Picard is out.
I haven't seen that yet. It's on my list. I know.
Wow, you are.
It's been a long year.
It has been.
It has been a long year. So
we've just come out of a pandemic, people.
Not even just that, but for me personally, it's been
yes,
crazy.
It has been. Yeah.
So I haven't gotten to near as much as I've wanted to do. But I have plans.
Yeah, but good.
I have plans. I will cover them all.
Good, because it is great. I think I'm a bit more. So I'm more. I'm more Star Trek, Star Wars. I do love Harry Potter. My kids have got me into anime, certain weirdest anime. We'll save that for a whole nother episode, honestly.
Have you seen Food Wars anime, though?
No.
It's on Netflix.
Okay, I've heard of it.
Okay, watch it, and then we'll have a whole
Okay.
a whole
We'll have
show
to do
on
one
that.
on that. Oh, I can't go. So we've done Neverending Story. We've done, what else did you say? I forgot.
Did The Last Unicorn?
That's it. Last Unicorn. So we'll have to do an animation one for just those.
Absolutely.
Okay, can't forget Ghostbusters. Come on.
Okay,
Pete Venkman. Have you seen the new Ghostbusters, by the way? This last one that
I
they've
have not seen
made?
the last one. I saw the girls one.
That was okay.
Which was actually...
It was okay. It was fun.
I know there's a lot of controversy around that.
It was, yeah.
It was fun for what it was.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
didn't expect it to be anything other than
Okay.
just
I'm
enjoyable.
just going to tell you the newest one that they've done with the grandkids and all this. I've not enjoyed a sequel movie so much in my entire
I will
life.
absolutely put that on the list because I was insane over the Ghostbusters.
I loved Ghostbusters. I mean, Pete Venkman. But Egon was my favorite.
Of course,
Egon was my favorite.
Everyone loved Egon. I love Slimer.
Yes.
I mean, Slimer was my bro.
Did you watch the cartoon Ghostbusters?
Oh, I'm sure
I watched it every day after school. It was like one of my favorite things to do.
I will tell you, this is how far it went.
Mm-hmm.
Is that back when we had those giant buffet sized record players? Like,
yes,
I lived back in a trailer in Louisiana.
Oh my God.
I was like 3 or 4,
Okay.
and I don't know how, but I had the record of the Ghostbusters theme. And I would play that on repeat, and then I would walk around the house and I would sing it, and I would make up words to it about different things around the house, you know. And then it was really weird. I'll come out with one that was with the fridge, something weird in the refrigerator. Or something.
Yeah.
I loved that one.
Oh my God.
And I would walk around singing that one, but I was doing it before he did it.
Yeah.
So it was,
Weird Al, that's another one. Wow.
Yes.
But I have to say, so for this Ghostbusters film, you cry at films, but this genuinely, actually, it didn't break my heart. It made my heart so happy that I cried.
swell.
And seriously, my husband looked at me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
See, I have emotions.
I said, this is one of the most beautiful films, ending to, because it did get a little strange there for a while and I'm thinking, this is getting almost silly and then not really believable, and then I was like, worth it, totally worth it. The ending just was, there's just nothing I can't say. There's there's so many good things to say about that film.
I will go watch it.
That's
How did you like the Ghostbusters homage in Stranger Things?
Oh, of course.
It was great.
I mean, speaking of Stranger Things is supposed to be coming out this July again.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say what's all coming out this year. So we got Kenobi. Then we've got Strange New Worlds, which is Star Trek, and that's going with Captain Pike. You really need to catch up with that.
I'm so far behind.
There's supposed to be Andor, which is another Star Wars one. There's supposed to be The Bad Batch Season 2, another Star Wars one. On Disney Plus, there is Star Wars Visions, and it's done in anime.
I saw that.
Now, some of them, very awesome. I really, really enjoyed some of them. Some of them, but they were done by a different studio, but they got George's blessing, and they did them in different styles. See, there's good Star Wars, but I can't even say, okay, so I can't say bad Star Wars because, and I say this now, I listen to YouTubers who are serious Star Wars people. There's a lot of them on different sides. You have the original trilogy people, you've got the sequels, you've got the prequels, and then you got the ones who just love everything. And so I want to say I love everything. I don't always agree, and I mostly disagree with the sequels for different reasons that I think that the characters all would have been okay. I just think that they didn't give them the character arcs that they should have had. That's just that's my only thought.
And now I do have a controversial Star Wars
Pick
story.
it. Okay.
I have over the years, especially after I listened to one of the audiobooks of the actual Star Wars, like the world building, and it was one that was actually focused on one of the Sith.
Which one?
I cannot remember.
Shame on you.
I listened to that one, and then I think there was one where he had to fight a worm underneath the prison. So if I could find that one,
oh my God, I'll have to ask. Actually, you know what?
Damien will know because Damien's the one we put it on when we're listening to it together.
Emma will know.
Yeah, Emma will know. Ask him.
Emma will know.
Yeah. But after listening to that book, I actually changed my position as far as being the traditional I'm for the Jedi, and I genuinely think the Sith. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're better, but I will say that there are many times that as a chaotic neutral or even chaotic evil,
Right, so I need to stop you there because this is very true, and I talked to a couple other people. A shout out to Star Wars Theory. Hey man, hope everything's cool. But I am very, very Qui-Gon Jinn. As in, he always questioned the council. He always said, what y'all doing? Basically, in a
So would you consider him a gray Jedi?
A gray Jedi, absolutely.
Not canon?
No. Yes, actually, I do. I agree. I think he is more Grey Jedi than any Grey Jedi has ever been.
Well, they say that Rey has the potential to be that, depending on how she goes.
Well, now, my husband loves Rey. She is his favorite Jedi. To be honest, yes. There was so much potential for Rey in the movies. There was so much potential for Finn, and I was really upset that they didn't use... He is obviously Force sensitive. He picked up a fucking lightsaber. I mean, come on. I just think that they were dealt a really, really bad script. More or less, my thought, after I watched all 3 movies and then watched them all again, it basically looked like they took a whole bunch of cutscenes from video games and just put them together. That was that's just my thought. I'm not dissing the franchise because I love Star Wars. I just think they were actually dealt, because it was Disney's first go. They've got, a $4 billion legacy, and they're like, we're going to throw everything at it that we possibly can. And shit. Yeah.
No, I will say that as someone who grew up loving Leia, that it was really exciting to have a prominent female character.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
so that was, no matter what people say one way or the other about Rey, I am very glad that we have her because I know a lot of little girls really look.
Oh, Rey is, like I said, do you know which movie I like Rey the most in? Take a guess. Her first one, The Force Awakens. I think the potential was there in that first movie for her to become
you could feel it.
Epic.
Yeah.
And the next 2 just sorry for but it was. Because I think they really tried too hard.
Yeah.
And at the end, and they could have honestly redeemed themselves in that last movie. Hands off to Deep Fake and to everybody else who recreated that last scene where she goes, and I am all the Jedi. Boom! And there are the Force ghosts. I wept. I said, this is how you should have ended this. Yeah. Okay? Lady, who will remain nameless, who is not one of my favorite people at Disney, I'm so sorry, but your time is over and you need to go.
There should have been more nuance with her.
Yes.
Absolutely more nuance.
Oh, I'm not talking about Rey people. I'm talking about somebody else.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Rey.
Yeah, I don't want to mess them up because Daisy Ridley is spot on awesome and she's great. But no, episode 1 really had me a lot of hope. I was like, hey, this is going to go in a really cool direction. We're going to have a couple of Force sensitive people. Rey's going to pick it up. And I actually was really, really, really hoping that Rey may not have been Obi-Wan's daughter, but maybe related to him, which would have made a whole lot more sense. I was kind of hoping it would have gone that way, but alas, it did not. Someone got a little too woohoo. But, we digress. I mean, I know this is probably a very gobbledygook introduction episode, but for...
I'm going to call this very... what's the word? It is very condensed. It is
God. Just trying to throw in other favorites.
Yeah.
So before we go, I'm going to throw in just a few more others weird and wonderful and awesome little fandoms that, that we've liked. She-Ra and He-Man.
I was not allowed to watch that. My family was very religious, and by the power
no
of
magic.
was like calling down the devil. I was not allowed to watch Smurfs, so I can't. I'm not even there.
Oh my God, the Smurfs!
But, I did get to watch like the Snorkels.
I'm sorry to say this now. This is.
Chi-Chi.
You mean the ones with little penises on their head? I'm so sorry, but that's okay. Right. All right. Harry Potter will get its whole own episode. Please do not fret, because the lady sitting across from me is a massive, and when I say this, massive fan, you have no idea. So we'll leave that at that.
Well, I wouldn't consider myself completely massive because I don't do a lot of cosplay.
You mean you're just obsessed about one fucking character, isn't it? Really? Just be honest with yourself.
What character? I don't know what. Okay, so I have slight obsession with Newt.
When she says slight obsession, we really need to redefine that word.
Who's the one who got me a
I did get her a sign
for Christmas.
Yes.
You feed my.
I do feed your addiction. Yes, and that's.
I just need the 5 foot long.
Don't say the pillow. Don't say it. Don't say it. Because that's just disturbing. Wow. But
yes,
going there. Anywho, now can we think of anybody? Okay, so anime, obviously, and that's a whole
other can of worms.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, big Doctor Who fan.
Good,
Absolutely.
you can help me with that because, alas, my knowledge of Doctor Who is probably as much as you know about Star Wars.
Okay, well, I will say I am only modern Doctor Who. I was never big into the previous.
See, now my husband, Sean's big into the old Doctor
Yeah,
Who.
so
he'll be some help.
I'm just not, I couldn't
Do you think we could get him into the studio?
That would be really interesting. That's a fan, girls over 40.
Yeah.
Can he wear a wig?
I'm not going to answer that right now on air. I'm going to just leave that one.
Okay,
So put that over here.
So
no, but I mean, because we're fangirls over 40, doesn't mean that we're not going to have guys on the show. But we're basically saying the fact that we understand that there are fangirls over 40 who have to be moms, wives, go to work, and hide the fact that we are just big geekoids.
Or being called not real fans.
Yeah.
So.
Do you know what? I'm going to ignore the not real fans thing because we are. We just answered that question and that's done.
If you love it, you're a fan.
That's right.
That is my.
I suppose my thing too for ladies over 40 is we do have to go about our lives and in small tiny ways. Like we can wear a necklace that maybe is, Harry Potter's wand or lightsaber.
Okay, so your small tiny ways are not my way. I have Harry Potter leggings. I have Harry Potter jacket. I have a Harry Potter 6 Harry Potter shirts. I have Harry Potter socks. I have shoes.
Yeah, I know that. But if I go to work, I can't show up in my Jedi robes, which they would expect me to do, but I can't.
It's really
but I think we will do 1 or 2 episodes on fandom fashion, which is now I can't not go on about fandom fashion and I don't mention her universe.
Yeah.
Her universe was started by Ashley Eckstein, who was Ahsoka Tano on the Clone Wars animated series.
To bring it back around to Ahsoka, I will say that she is considered to be the Grey Jedi.
Yes. Absolutely.
She's the most
yes.
in that category.
Oh my God. No, she is she an entire episode, an entire episode on her own. Just total shout out to Ashley Eckstein, who is perfect as Ahsoka. And in the Mandalorian series, we have Rosario Dawson, and she's getting her own series.
Yeah.
Totally different Ahsokas.
Yeah.
Totally different Ahsokas. Different ages.
Yeah.
Really different. So now, hoping, fingers crossed, in Kenobi, there are going to be flashbacks to the Clone Wars, and if they put Ashley as Snips, that would be incredible. That would definitely be the series. So yes, ladies, girls, women, non-gender, binary, whoever you are, wherever you are, we hope that fangirls over 40, you feel like it includes you too, because please welcome to our wacky world.
You feel like this is kind of home.
Yeah.
This is a safe space to say whatever you want to say, because we all have different connections. It has different meanings for us. I know, for the Harry Potter, when we explore that, has extremely, extremely personal meaning to me. And there's a reason why I love it so much. So it's kind of, I think fandoms mean not just a place for inclusion for us, but a place to feel like we have that escape, like we have that sense of magic and sense of wonder in our boring, mundane lives, where we're just stuck in routine, or we're in the middle of, a world war potentially, or a pandemic. These are our little happy places that give us these pockets of joy.
Well, we would also hope that in this too, that we can take these things from our childhood that we can actually apply them in our real lives.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's
lessons. These
also
are life lessons from them.
My Little Pony, friendship is magic. I'll tell you what. I
was a Care Bears. I was a Care Bears there.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's a whole. We are going to do all the Saturday morning cartoons, guys. Don't worry about that.
We'll get there. There's many episodes ahead.
We totally will. So we hope you've enjoyed this first kind of little chaotic introduction to Fangirls Over 40. Thank you for coming in and enjoying your time with us. As you know, here we're on YouTube, or on Facebook, or on Instagram, and you can check us out on Anchor, which is where we'll put the podcast version of this. So thanks for joining us, and I'll say, may the force be with you. Live long and prosper. And I can't think of a Harry Potter one to say.
Expelliarmus.
Absolutely. So until next time, everybody, live life good, and we'll talk to you later.